7 things I wish I knew before moving to Costa Rica in 2018. Welcome to the channel. My name is Muriel and I love to share everything I've learned so far. Hopefully you can benefit. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, just tap that little icon on the screen. Tap the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. And you are more than welcome to join my brand new Costa Rica Expat Compass community. Just follow the link in the comments and below my video. Okay, the first thing is that you simply cannot prepare everything before you move to Costa Rica. No matter if you really want to see the whole staircase, you cannot. You will meet the people when you live in Costa Rica. You will learn what you like and what you dislike according to the climate and the area that you picked to live in. Certain things will appear when you live there. And that's the whole journey. And I want to encourage you to start that journey and to also trust that everything will be fine and that you will meet awesome people who also will be helping you with stuff. And the discovery keeps on going. Even I live now for 8 years in Costa Rica, I still discover new things and I learn new things and I meet new people. The second thing is choosing where to live in Costa Rica is harder than to choose to live in Costa Rica. You hear it? So why am I sharing this? Costa Rica is not the same. There is about 11 microclimates. Like where I'm living is super warm, humid, close by the ocean. You have the mountain climate around San Isidro del General, for example. It's completely different. There's an altitude there, here not. Yeah, you can plant your flag before you move to Costa Rica, but my recommendation would be don't pin yourself forever to that decision, because maybe you find out that after a year or half a year or a certain time of living there that you want a climate change, that it's too warm for you or too cold for you or too noisy or too off-grid. So that you can, I would just suggest to keep the space to change where you live. So I would also consider to not buy a property or a house right away, but first rent a house for a year or something and figure out if the chosen area is the right one for you, and if not, that you're not stuck to a property that you don't want to keep living. You know, stay flexible. Same for income. If you have a business, an offline business, you plant your flag to live somewhere, you're basically depending on the specific location. And yeah, consider to have a remote income. And if you want to learn more about that, join my Costa Rica Expat Compass. I'm showing people how to build a business around their passion, expertise, or things they're good at. And yeah, just as a suggestion. The third thing, I already mentioned it, but your first home doesn't have to be your forever home. Meaning, allow yourself as brand new Costa Rica expat to discover if you like a certain area, yes or no. Test out different types of housing in the mountains, maybe different climates, different towns, different areas. I think that is what's creating knowing where you want to live for a longer time, and also allow yourself to change. Like, for example, we live for 8 years now in this area, but we're about to move to the mountains after living on the Nicoya Peninsula, where we are surrounded by ocean and where we have very high temperatures, and it's all lovely here. But now we're like, you know what, after 8 years, why not just go to the mountains? But we have experienced this and we have chosen to change. And a lot of people make the mistake to arrange everything for their move to Costa Rica, including a very long-term contract for a rental, or they buy property right away and then they discover, oh, this is not really the right match or location for me, and now, you know, you're kind of stuck, and that's what you want to prevent. 4 is that vacationing in Costa Rica and living in Costa Rica are two completely different worlds. It can also be in your benefit. Let me start with the benefit. Like, if you're living here, you will get a lot of local discounts, for example, in gyms. This is just an idea of what you're gonna get and experience as a local living here. Locals give each other local discounts, and that's awesome, you know. And for example, the difference when you are a tourist, you probably have a vacation and you're not working. Well, when you're living here and you don't have a retirement check every month and you do need to work, that it's nice to build up that work life as a Costa Rica expat and be surrounded by other people who do their thing in Costa Rica and making your living while you are living in Costa Rica. I think that's super awesome. It's not for everyone because a lot of people retire in Costa Rica and do nothing, and that's awesome too. But for those who are thinking about building an income in Costa Rica and work, how cool is it that you can just literally live in a tropical country and make your living and live an extraordinary outdoor, surrounded by jungle life. There are some darker sides of living in Costa Rica versus being a tourist in Costa Rica, because now you are here 12 months per year. And that also means that you're here when the circumstances are not ideal. Sorry. Maybe there was a landslide on your property, or it has been raining for 7 days and your dryer is not working and your laundry is not drying, or your well is dry, you don't have water, and you have to go to your friends with a lot of buckets and bottles and fill your water supply with them. All those things are living experiences. And when you're a tourist, you call your landlord or the person who is renting out your rental, your Airbnb host, and say, there is no water. But when you're living here, you have to fix it and figure it out yourself. And, you know, it's 24/7 real stuff in Costa Rica. 5, you're not just changing countries, you're literally rebuilding your life. And that can be sometimes scary. I want you to prepare for the fact that even if you are a super experienced human, you're gonna often feel like a complete beginner as a Costa Rica expat. You have to make new friends. Of course, maybe you're still in contact with your friends from where you come from, with WhatsApp call or whatever, but still, you have to create new friends here, like for practical stuff. People have a lack of self-confidence if they are able to create new friends and contacts, or look at this Doberman, is so funny. But eventually it's up to you whether you are outgoing, you know, go and meet other people, and you will see that people will open up their doors for you the moment that they feel that you are here to stay. I made other videos about it. In expat communities, people come, people go, and not all the people living in Costa Rica are like fully embracing you right away because they have experience. People will leave eventually as well. Not all Costa Rica expats stay longer than a year. I assure you that when you're here to stay, you're gonna meet new people. And Costa Rica is amazing. There's so many awesome people living here, and just trust the path of being a newbie again. What I did not expect is number 6, is that you need the people more than you can expect when you move to Costa Rica. I already hit on it like in point number 5. It's awesome when you have friends all over the world, you know, also for where you come from, and you stay in contact. But here, I'm gonna give you an example. When you don't have water for some kind of reason, but you need water, you need connection with neighbors and with friends to get water when the shops are closed whatsoever. Like real connections in Costa Rica living, the people literally around you physically are gonna be a huge part of your life. For example, my gym instructor, he's a Tico, and he was my neighbor for a very long time. There was a day that I needed to pick up my daughter from the ferry, and the car didn't work. Dirk was not around. He was traveling with our youngest child. So what did I do? I couldn't take a taxi because late at night there is no taxis here. I called my neighbor. I said, hey, I need a ride. Can you offer me a ride to pick up my daughter? Otherwise I have to grab the ADV. And that's a very tricky ride because it was raining hard. It was rainy season. He said, no, you cannot take the ADV to Paquira. I'm going to drive you. So he picked me up, and he helped me out. And that's the what you really need, and you cannot prepare that. You have to just be an awesome version of yourself in your new country, Costa Rica, and establish connections. It's also be a giver, you know, be open to connect with other people. Don't stay in your own home and not getting anywhere. Be outgoing, meet people, chat with people, learn the language that may help you. So yeah, I think this is an important one. And the seventh thing that I really wish I knew was the importance of speaking the language. Although you can do everything as a newcomer here, not speaking any word of Spanish, for sure. That was me buying property. I didn't speak any Spanish, but I bought a property, I built a house, etc. But if I knew how important the language would help me, you know, root in Costa Rica, I would have taken a Spanish course way before I left. And somehow I'm a very slow learner. I'm not proud of it, but I will always put effort in starting a conversation in Spanish, period. I don't agree with people coming here to live in Costa Rica and not willing to put any effort in learning Spanish. It's okay, of course. I speak Dutch here at home. I speak English with a lot of my friends, but I speak English on my social media platform. I speak English in my Costa Rica Expat Compass because it's the most spoken common language for Costa Rica expats. But I do recommend the language, Spanish language, is more important than I thought it would be. I hope that makes sense. Again, you don't have to be lonely in Costa Rica. You can consider to take a look at Costa Rica Expat Compass, my school community. Just click the link in the comments below or below my video. Also, if you have any suggestions or comments or things that you think is beneficial for others to read about, post it in the comment. Leave a comment and allow us to learn from you. I appreciate you watching. See you on my next video. And if you like my video, thank you for the thumb up, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Bye from Costa Rica.